My name is Ruhi Sophia Rubenstein, and I'm a third-year student at the Reconstructionist Rabbinical College. Parashat Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah, begins in fact with the death of Sarah. Once Avraham is finished mourning her, he goes to bury her, and he has a very specific site in mind. He asks for Ma'arat Machpelah, the cave of Machpelah that lies at the edge of the field belonging to Ephron the Hittite. It's not exactly clear why he wanted this spot, so our commentators look to the word Machpelah to try to understand its significance. Its root is chafal, chaf pe lamed, which means double. Now Rashi, the literalist, says that's just because it was a double-story cave, a big enough cave to be a fitting site. Ibn Ezra offers a devar acher, an alternative reading, that it's ma'ara betoch ma'ara, a cave within a cave. So he's a mystic, so maybe he's saying there's some essential spiritual depth, some kind of hidden meaning to this cave. Ramban offers yet another reading, quoting Bereshit Rabbah, saying, Shechafal HaKadosh Baruch Hu komato shel Adam harishon v'kavaro betocha. The Holy One doubled the size of Adam, the first man, and buried him in that cave. Adam was a doubly large human being and was buried in a doubly large cave. Avraham knew that the cave had the remains of the first human being, and that's why he wanted it as a burial site. Now, maybe he just wanted the merit of having his kin buried in the same space as the humans who came out of Eden. I mean, that is a very compelling reason. I would get buried there for that reason if I could. But I'd also like to expand on it. If the cave is Machpelah because Adam is in it, then the cave has universal significance. It's not just the family of Avraham that can claim connection to that place, for all of humanity is descended from Adam. I'd like to imagine, in fact, that Avraham chose Adam's burial place not to set himself apart from humanity, but in order to have a reminder for us that whatever the role of the Jewish people is, however far apart we might feel from the rest of humanity, we are still very near to the dust of Adam, father of us all. And yet I'd like to offer one last devar acher, and devar acher I think is one of the greatest tools of our commentators, this possibility always for one more interpretation and reinterpretation. So here's mine. Machpelah, from kafal, doubled, is in contrast to chetzi, half, the root of the word mechitza. And there are mechitzas all over the cave of Machpelah today. The wall that divides Jews from Muslims, the smaller walls dividing men from women, they bisect the cave of Machpelah and they extend into the streets of Hebron. It reminds me of this poem by Hafez, the great Sufi master, translated by Daniel Ladinsky. Once, a group of thieves stole a rare diamond, larger than a goose egg. Its value could have easily bought 1,000 horses and 2,000 acres of the most fertile land in Shiraz. The thieves got drunk that night to celebrate their great haul, but during the course of the evening, the effects of the liquor and their mistrust of each other grew to such an extent they decided to divide the stone into pieces. Of course, then the priceless became lost. Most everyone is lousy at math and does that to God. Today, the dominant story in the cave of Machpelah is that it belongs to us. Yes, Muslims feel connected to it too, so we let them pray on their side of a mechitza. But on the weekend of Chaye Sarah, when the Hebron Fund raises money to support the Jewish settlements there, when thousands of Jews will flock there to celebrate Jewish ownership of that place, the mosque will be closed. There will only be room for Jews there. I think the secret of Machpelah is that it can be a place of abundance, a place of doubling and expansion. Perhaps that's what Ibn Ezra meant when he said that it is ma'ara betoch ma'ara, a cave within a cave. It can fit kaful, double what one might expect, double the number of people, double the narrative. If we remember the common dust of Adam that connects us all, if we trust that we can fit in more than might appear possible at first glance, if we can take down the mechitzas, the divisions, perhaps then it can again be Machpelah.